photographer who captured Safe Schools founder harassing bystander shuts down business. A photographer who snapped controversial Safe Schools founder Roz Ward harassing a bystander at an anti-Donald Trump rally in Melbourne earlier this month has been forced to shut down his business after receiving threats. Kenji Ward-Ancliffe, a freelance photojournalist known for covering clashes between left-wing and right-wing protesters, took to Facebook on Tuesday to announce his business was on indefinite hiatus. The photos, published in The Australian earlier this week, showed Ms. Ward carrying several copies of the Marxist newspaper Red Flag and attempting to remove a Donald Trump hat from a bystander. A lone pro-Trump supporter stood on the side of the road, Ward-Ancliffe told The Australian. "I took a few photos, walked off, then noticed there was a commotion, so I ran towards it and caught this." Ms. Ward trying to take his hat. "I couldn't see much more, since after this there were a whole bunch of photographers in front of me." The La Trobe academic is the architect of the controversial Safe Schools anti-bullying program, which has come under fire from politicians and parents for promoting radical gender theory. The federal government announced sweeping changes to the program earlier this year after an independent review found some of the lessons and content inappropriate for children. The Victorian government refused to comply with the changes. On Tuesday, the day after The Australian ran the story, Ward-Ancliffe took to Facebook to announce he was putting his photography business on indefinite hiatus. "In my work I attempt to remain unbiased, and my first loyalty is to the truth," he wrote in a follow-up post. "I cannot take sides or censor, it goes against my journalist ethics to remain impartial at all costs." About a week ago I got a photo and thought nothing of it, was informed who it was of after, and decided in spite of the fact itself not to pursue sales. Though, when it ended up being shared by a follower it ended up being seen by the mainstream media who were intent on running it in a story. I honestly felt I had no options other than see it published anyway, or at least give some context. I chose context. As someone had work stolen before I feared it run regardless of my actions. Unfortunately people felt hurt by this, of which I understand, but I have since received threats, abuse, harassment and been told in no simple terms I probably will not be welcome to cover left-wing rallies, none of this by the subject of the photo, just to be clear, so I felt like I needed to remove myself from the situation. So for now, I need to sit back away from it all. The photographer has since shut down his Twitter and Instagram accounts. News.com.au has contacted Ward-Ancliffe for comment. Frank.Chung at news.com.au